2008 Malibu V-Ride. This boat is 21 feet in length, has a gray hull bottom with a blue main stripe, the black accent below the rub rail, and then kind of that same striping across the top. The V-Ride on this particular model is actually the same hull as the earlier 2000s VLX, and I believe it was 07 the VLX changed its hull, so they turned the old hull into the V-Ride. Well, it's a super versatile boat, great to ski behind, great to wakeboard and surf behind it, do a little bit of everything. It's sitting on a single axle Boatmate trailer. It does have a 2-point mounted tower. Titan tower, I believe is what they called it. With a set of tower speakers, bimini top, and a pair of stationary board racks on there. Also equipped is the manual wedge under the platform. Gator step on the platform there. Boat has a 5.7 liter Inmar engine with 554 hours. And let's get close up on here. I want to point out any of the scratches or imperfections on the exterior. Boat is actually in pretty good shape considering the amount of hours on it. You're gonna see some dock rash down the sides on both sides of the boat. So we've got that kind of midship. But that's kind of right between the windshield and the tower. It seems to be about the only spot where there's any scratches on the boat that are significant. This one's a pretty light one just forward of that. It does have 4 pop-up cleats on the sides. We did a buff and wax on the exterior, so it's looking nice and shiny. On our port side here, a couple small scratches. And then as we move down below the rub rail, you're gonna see some more of that dock rash there. But they're all really small. I mean, you can see not even an inch on most of these, but they are there. And then we're pretty much scratch free, aside from 2 very small ones here on the rest of the boat towards the back. On the transom, it's kind of hard to see it. You can probably, there we go, it's focused in. There used to be a decal here and somebody tried to scrape it off and in turn scraped up the gel. So you've got that, but if you take a step back, that kind of disappears. Our gator step on the platform's in decent shape. It's just got these little scrape marks in it. And you see a spot where it's starting to peel up. And this is just wax. We just waxed it, so that will clean up. And then a better look, you got your manual wedge with access to through the door on the platform. Dual exhaust. Props in good shape. One other thing I wanted to point out before we hop in the interior is there is some hard water on the hull of the boat. Actually, you can't even really see it on this side. More apparent over here. So a little bit of hard water will come off, but we didn't do a full whole bottom clean on this. But got that there. Trailer's in good shape. There's a couple spots where paint is chipped. And there's a little bit of rust. Nothing major. Step pads are all intact. So let's hop inside and I'm gonna take my shoes off. And let's check out this interior. So again, 21 feet, V-drive, plenty of seating in this. And we've got kind of a gray accent vinyl with a blue seat base and black piping. Vinyl cleans up and looks in great shape. A few spots where you'll see some light scraping, some light scrapes on the vinyl. It's not through the vinyl, it's just kind of like on the surface. And then on the actual engine hatch, small cut there, and looks like a burn almost right there. You do have the pop-up ski pylon here, and that drops back into place when you don't want to use it. Boat comes with a really nice custom cover. It's only a couple years old, in perfect shape in blue. And then you've got your ballast tanks here in the sides, on either side of the engine. And then storage under there as well. Don't know the total weight. I think it's right around 900 pounds of ballast. And it does have a belly tank as well. And under here, we have the Inmar 5.7. It's about 340 horsepower. And it has been fully serviced by our shop. So it's fresh fluids, filters, impeller, everything ready to go for the season. Under your lockers, you have some storage nets for gear. And we'll step on inside. Vinyl's in good shape. A couple spots to point out, mainly up high. You can see it's pretty hard to see it in the video, but the top of those sides is slightly sun faded. So if you look from here to here, you can see, I don't know how, unless it's been replaced at some point, how those aren't sunburned, and that is, but you see that there, as well as a little bit on the driver's seat. On the back corner seat, this is pretty common to see. You've got a split here and a little bit of a seam split here. That one's not fully coming apart yet, but it's starting to stretch. But yeah, a lot of traffic comes in and out of the boat, obviously, into those corners. So you'll see that seam split. You've got a small one starting to release right there. So pretty common. Under your seats, this one has a cooler and has a drain as well. It goes down into the bilge. Back center seat, you can get down into the bilge, all nice and clean down there. Speedometer is a paddle wheel. The seat flips up with the latch, and you've got communicating storage through the back there. Flip open the love seats. You can see we've got our battery, and then our Rockford Fosgate amp for the 4 interior speakers, plus the tower speakers. A couple cup holders up on top of the passenger side dash here, and a glove box with your hookups for USB and auxiliary stereo. We make our way over to the dash. You'll see we've got the analog tack, engine temp, fuel, wedge position, and or we have the speed over here, tack over on the right, and then we have a screen in the center where we can set your ballast, cruise control, all that fun stuff. And you can see 554 hours. Thing's beeping at me, depth alarm. Rocker switches for lights, nav lights, horn, accessory switches. You've got your ballast switches down here, and your Belgian blower over on the right. And down below you have your depth finder. Boat seats 11. Breaker panel down low with a 12-volt charger. And then your stereo controllers over here on the right. So control volume, all that fun stuff from the remote. Steering wheel. Steering is nice and smooth. On the dash, this is pretty common on this chrome. It just starts to get a little pocked up and just kind of gross looking. I'm sure some polish might improve that. We've tried to clean it, but some of the chrome finish is just starting to get these little marks in it. So that, again, that's pretty common on these Malibus of this era. Up in the nose or in the bow. Seats are in awesome shape. There's a little bit of storage under the seats up front, as well as your nav lights. But pretty much covers the interior on this. Actually, before I go, got these Boss Marine tower speakers up top, and this nice newer Bimini, custom Bimini top on the tower. But that pretty much covers this V-Ride. If you guys have any questions, give us a call at N3 Boatworks, 317-845-9253. Thanks for watching.